Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Versatility Podcast. And I'm back with another episode. I'm going to be doing my week 6 predictions for the NFL and recapping week 7 of college football yesterday since I couldn't do it yesterday morning. I was doing some reaction videos that will be coming soon. Will be coming some by today, some tomorrow. I still have to do some album reactions, so I still got a couple things to do, but I decided to put the episode for the next day, so it's Sunday morning instead of Saturday morning. Right now, I'm watching the Ravens Titans London game. Um, so yeah, let's just get straight to it, guys. So yeah, let's talk about week 7, college football yesterday. Obviously, let me just share my screen real quick. I gotta go on fucking ESPN first. I haven't even got on ESPN first of all. So let me just get straight to there. Yeah. Yesterday, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Yesterday, was a weird. What's going on here? Hold on. Just make sure this shit's working. Is it this one? It's this one, right? Uh, there we go. All right, I was about to say. Okay. So yeah, as you can see here, Ravens Titans game is going on right now. But let's talk about games. Games from yesterday, week 7 of college football, man. Because I didn't really watch that many college football games yesterday. I saw mostly the late games. I missed out on the Oregon Washington game because I was watching that KSI, Tommy Fury, and not gonna lie, I kind of missed out on some pretty good football games. Not gonna lie, watching that fucking fight, which I'll talk about also about that fight and everything else. So yeah. Okay, so these were the games on Tuesday. Yeah, great. Liberty still undefeated, 6-0. Nice. Coastal Carolina gets a dub. FIU loses on Wednesday. All right. Houston beats West Virginia 41-39. All right. SMU wins. Then on Friday, um, Tulane beats Memphis, Fresno State, Utah State go off. And then Stanford, they defeat Colorado 46-43. Yes, you see the final score here. And Colorado, they fucking blew this game. They blew it. They absolutely choked in that second half of this game. They were up 29-0 at halftime. And I go to sleep around like the end of the third quarter because I was, tired, and I was kind of thinking, all right, they got 15 more minutes. I think Stanford like scored a couple points. Stanford they scored a couple points in that third quarter. I mean, they scored 19, but I didn't see them score 19. I saw them score maybe like 10 points or some shit like that. So yeah, they scored some points by the time I went to bed, but then did not expect them to completely just let them take control of the game in that second half. Yeah. They scored 19 in the third quarter, 17 in the fourth quarter to force overtime, and then in double overtime, Stanford takes control and they upset Colorado. They were heavy favorites obviously. Stanford is not a great football team. They're one of the weakest teams in that Pac-12 division or conference, and yeah, they lost to a team that are not one are just in that middle tier of the Pac-12. They're not one of the worst. They're not Stanford level bad, but they're also not USC. They're not Washington. They're not Oregon, as you can see, because they lost to all three of those teams, or they haven't played Washington, but they probably, if they do play against Washington, they're probably gonna fucking lose. Because yeah, man, Colorado. What happened, man? Their defense completely let them down in that second half. Travis Hunter, good news, he's finally back after missing a couple weeks um, with that shoulder injury, I believe. And he played great offensively, but defensively, he definitely did not have his great game. There was a play by I mean, it was what Daniels, the quarterback for Stanford. He didn't do much in the rushing department. He threw a couple touchdowns, but the wide receiver for Stanford, Manur, three touchdowns. And there was a play late in that fourth quarter. Or no, there was actually an overtime, where he caught a touchdown pass. Travis Hunter was covering him, and he just snagged that ball from behind his back and just pushed himself walking. running backwards and pushed himself in the end zone 10 yards away. Like he was just really it was a sick play, but basically Travis Hunter got mossed and got toyed around on that play, and yeah, um, the snaps got to him. I mean, this is his first game in a couple weeks. So obviously he's gotten some rest, but man, the snaps got to him, and playing an entire game, taking every snap, going on offense, then going on defense, having to score, having to run the whole goddamn game. It exhausted him in the end of the day. So I feel like that's gonna probably get to him more. I think Dion is probably gonna have to tell him to utilize him on either offense or defense. To be honest with you, why not have more weapons? But I don't. At the same time, is he a better receiver or is he a better corner? I feel like maybe he's more useful offensively, but I don't know. I honestly they need more. They need more on defense. So if they really want to utilize Travis on defense, I totally get that. But it's never too much to have too many weapons. And yeah, Colorado, man, they're 4-3 when they could have been 5-2. You know what I mean? It just what an abomination in the end of the day. Just yeah, I don't know how the fuck that happens, but completely blew it and just didn't go their way yesterday, or Friday night. So let's talk about the games from yesterday. Georgia, of course, number one team in the country, they stay defeated. Psych, they stay undefeated. The fuck are you talking about? They're 7-0, 37-20 win against Vanderbilt. Kind of a mid game for Georgia. Again, Georgia's had a great season, obviously undefeated, and they're a fucking phenomenal team, but they're not really dominating, man. They're not dominating. They haven't really dominated that much this season. They've dominated how many games? Let me look at the final scores these past 7 weeks. They've dominated how many times? Like 3 games? This one's domination. Okay, 3 games. Oh, okay, 4 games. Okay, fair enough. All right, never mind. My point is kind of bullshit. All right. So they have dominated for the most part. I don't know. It just feels like at some point their games are always kind of close, or they're like it's just like a 2 or 3 score game or 3 score possession. Like it doesn't really feel like they're dominating other teams. This one did feel like it was a lot closer than expected, and then again Vanderbilt, they're not a great fucking team, but they were able to score 20 points against that elite Georgia defense, but they still get the win. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Georgia gets the W there. While Michigan is definitely fucking annihilating people. Again, undefeated, second best team in the nation. They defeat Indiana 52-7. Ohio State dominates 41-7. Florida State dominates 41-3. Penn State annihilates Massachusetts 63-0. This was a really good game. Or wait, what's the why is it okay? Why are all the games like just they're giving me the top 25 games, I guess, first. Okay. Then we had Oregon and Washington. I had Oregon winning this one, but it was competitive back and forth. But man, Oregon's kicker sold at the end of the game. He missed the potential game tying field goal to probably send it to overtime, and Washington got the dub there. Michael Penix is the real fucking deal. I think right now, Michael Penix is definitely 1, if not 2, right now in that race for the Heisman winner this season, because after USC's performance yesterday, or specifically Caleb Williams' performance yesterday, it definitely edges his vote a little bit. It's gonna go down. It went down a little bit. He's still up there as a candidate, and he still probably might take the Heisman this year, but yesterday was not a good day for USC. Losing to Notre Dame 48-20, which Notre Dame, they've had a tough ass schedule. They've played like the last 4 weeks against top 4 opponents, top 25 opponents, and they won 2 of them. They lost to Ohio State. They beat they lost to Ohio State, and they lost to Louisville. And then they beat USC, and I believe they beat, who else did Notre Dame beat? Let me see. They beat Duke. All right, they beat Duke. They lost to Ohio State and they lost to Louisville. I don't know how the fuck they lost to Louisville. And then they dominated against USC. Man, their offense was crazy good yesterday for Notre Dame. They even had a 99-yard touchdown, a kickoff touchdown in the second half with, or I believe it was second quarter, with Jadarian Price. Again, takes it off. USC, man, that defense is fucking garbage, and Caleb Williams is the only guy that's really just taking this team to stride. So it's really not much else to say here, because if Caleb Williams is not throwing fucking 5-6 touchdowns every single game, and he's throwing 3 interceptions in one half, it's definitely not going USC's way. And their playoff chances right now have dimmered down a bit. Yeah, they're not going to be in the top 10 after this week. And Notre Dame, I mean, they could enter that top 20 for sure. Probably 18, 19. I mean, they took down USC, so they're going to bump up a couple points there in the rankings. So, yeah, big win for Notre Dame there. Alabama barely gets the win against Arkansas. Man, Bama, yeah, I'm not really sure about that. I'm not too fond about this Alabama team. This Alabama team is really good, but they love these close. I mean, they're kind of like the Eagles, except never mind. They're not the Eagles, because the Eagles are not 6-1, but they get the job done. They're a very good team. Offensively, they don't look great offensively, but that defense is something good. Oh man, that defense is incredible. That defense is really good. I mean, still allowing 21 points to Arkansas, not too much to say, but the offense itself, it's kind of struggles. It's struggling a lot, man. Jalen Monroe had 238 touchdowns. Imagine. Yeah. 2 touchdowns and 238 yards. Didn't have the best game, but, helped them with the win. It is what it is, huh? Miami, by no surprise, they lose this game to Notre Dame, 41-31. I thought we were going to absolutely blown out. I mean, the fact that we only lost by 10 points is kind of surprising. Miami season is over. It was fun while it lasted for the first 4 weeks. We were on a roll, and now we're not going to be in the top 25 probably for the rest of the season. It doesn't matter who we win. Even if we beat fucking Florida State somehow, which that's not going to happen, or if not Florida State. Do we play Florida State? No, we don't. I thought we do. No, I'm looking at North Carolina's fucking. Never mind. Hold on. Let me check Miami's schedule. I was looking at North Carolina's by accident. Okay. I do think we still play Florida State, right? Yes. November. Look, we still have to go up against Clemson. We have to go up against Florida State and Louisville. We're losing another game to Florida State. We might just fuck around and lose to Louisville probably. And maybe we might just fuck around and lose to Clemson. Who knows? I think we might get 3 more wins at the very least. But our season is done. Will we even play in a bowl game? Probably not. I've lost all hope this season for this team. It's over. It's done. Congratulations, North Carolina. They're 6-0. They're 6-0. The North Carolina Tar Heels are a football team. They're not just a basketball school. They're a football team. They're a football school too. Respect North fucking Carolina. Anyways, next we got Louisville, man. Louisville losing to Pittsburgh, 38-21, and there goes Louisville. Their undefeated season has come to an end. 38-21. What happened here, man? What did Pittsburgh? The pick six. Man, Pittsburgh had a pick six there, so that was not helping Louisville at all for there. And I mean, just everything went wrong for Louisville in this game, huh? They just couldn't go the right way. UCLA losing to Oregon State 36-24. Big game for Oregon State there. Utah defeating California. I mean, California not that great of a team, but doesn't matter. The Pac-12 is still the Pac-12, and anything can really happen there. And yeah, Utah gets the W there. Duke defeating NC State. Duke still looking like a pretty good team out there. Look impressive. Tennessee edging out to Texas Tech. Tennessee didn't look amazing, but they got the job done against Texas A&M. Or I said Texas Tech by accident. And this is what I'm talking about. Arizona whooping Washington State. They were the 19th ranked team in the country, and they got whooped. They lost by 38 points at home. My goodness, Washington State, what the hell happened? Arizona completely shut y'all out after that first quarter, man. Oh man, it was not good whatsoever. I didn't even watch this game. What the? I mean, I can't really say what happened. I can only assume the defense was amazing and their offense probably was the most explosive it's ever been this all season long. And is Arizona now? No, they have 3 losses. That's not going to happen. They're not going to get ranked anytime soon, especially with all the amount of Pac-12 teams in the top 25. And even though some of them are going to, lose spots, they're going to be going down the rankings. They're also just going to stay in that position because it's not much to do. LSU doing some simple domination. Finally, LSU looking like they're a really good team. And Daniels, 3 touchdowns, 325 yards, and an interception, but took the domination with him, beating Auburn by 30 goddamn points. Yeah, pretty big win for LSU. They're going to be going up the rankings as well. Kansas losing to Oklahoma State 39-32. It was a close one, but Kansas couldn't get the job done in the end of the day. Missouri defeating Kentucky, the number 24 team in the country, 38-21. Yeah, man, what happened here with Kentucky? Had a good start in the first quarter and only scored 7 points for the rest of the game. Just couldn't do much there. Michigan State losing to Rutgers. They were up 18 points, I believe, in this game at some point. I checked the score; they were up by like 18 points, and they blew that. So not a good loss for Michigan State there. Ohio State defeats Cincinnati. Okay, these are the games that no one's really watching. James Madison, they're fucking 6-0. They're not going to be ranked because they play in the goddamn Sun Belt division. Who is really, you know, okay, Navy won, Toledo, Troy, Illinois, Florida. Oh wow, Florida won yesterday. 41-39 against the Carolina Gamecocks. Nice. We're 5-2. Are we gonna get ranked? Probably not. Georgia Tech gets the job done against Wake Forest. TCU wins. Florida Atlantic wins. Central Michigan, Bowling Green, Miami, Ohio, Iowa beats Wisconsin in a pretty ugly game. Northern Illinois, UNLV, San Jose, Kansas State, Georgia Tech, Texas Tech, Air Force, UTSA. Colorado State wins, and San Diego State defeats Hawaii. Okay, so those are the that was week 7. That was college football yesterday. Some pretty big upsets, and we'll see the rankings by today. We'll see the top 25 after during the 1 p.m. slate comes out for the NFL, of course, today during week 7. That's when the rankings kind of come out. Let's talk about the last game we were talking about when I was doing the recap on Thursday night. That Thursday night game between the Phillies and the Braves. There hasn't been baseball since, but there will be baseball tonight. The first game of the championship series. But let's talk about game 4 of the Braves and the Phillies, with the Phillies getting the job done, defeating the Atlanta Braves 3-1 and winning the series 3-1. Nick Castellanos, you are the savior of Philadelphia in this series. You, Trey Turner, and Bryce Harper should get a fucking statue already outside the stadium as soon as possible. And actually, you know what? It's too early to tell. If we win the World Series, then the statues need to be made during the off season, and then for next season to open up. After we reveal the World Series banner, we revealed also you guys a statue. It doesn't matter if you guys suck the rest of the way throughout the rest of your career. Good enough for me. Those 3 guys. I mean, Bryce is gonna get a fucking statue in Washington and in Philly, regardless, and he's going to the Hall of Fame. Nick Castellanos, maybe, and Trey Turner, very early to tell, but still, why not? Yeah, man, we took down the best offense of all time, you can say. I mean, this Atlanta Braves team was not a team that you could have just taken lightly and just put them to the side. And we beat them in 4 games. We beat them in 4 games. Our offense was on fire. This entire series. As soon as after game 2, when they got the momentum and they got the win and this and that, everything just kind of went downhill, which, also sparks a fire under Philly because they were able to get over that, loss of momentum that they had in game 2 when they were up by 4 runs in the 7th inning, and then eventually they just, blew game 2 away. And it's crazy that if we just hold on to that lead, we would have swept this team, or maybe the outcome for game number 3 would have been different. Maybe we wouldn't have dominated in game 3. What was the score, like 10-2 or some shit in game 3? Like, we killed them, man. We just killed them. And Spencer Strider had a good series. Like, he was still playing pretty good. He was pitching great, man. Yes, of course, he allowed that one home run. He allowed a couple home runs, but man, the Braves offense was just silent for most of the series. Couldn't get much going. Our pitching, our bullpen, man, they were great. Our bullpen really stepped up in this series, and we need that bullpen to step up for the rest of this postseason run, man. Especially against the Diamondbacks, because their offense is also on fucking fire. So our bullpen needs to get the job done as well. So yeah, the Phillies are going to be facing the Diamondbacks in the National League Championship Series. I think Game 1 is tomorrow, Monday night. But we will have Sunday night baseball today, Sunday night football and Sunday night baseball. I'm probably gonna watch the football game because, to be honest with you, I would rather watch the football than watch the Astros probably win this game. But we got the Rangers going up against the Astros to start off the American League Championship Series. Jordan Montgomery versus Justin Verlander are the starting pitchers for today's game. I probably got Houston winning game 1. I want the Rangers to win this series, but to start the series off, the Astros, they're at home. It's hard to believe that the Rangers might take game 1. I mean, you never know. We'll see. We'll see, though. And then game 2 will be tomorrow at 4:37, and then game 1 of the Diamondbacks and Phillies. We will stay at home, so we haven't had to worry about traveling or anything. We've just been, staying at home for, a week, almost already a week. And yeah, great job for oh my God, the Ravens. Are they going to score a touchdown? Oh, nope. Never mind. They didn't score a touchdown. He had like a 60-yard run there. God damn. Devin Duvernay, right? That's his name? Duvernay? Yeah, goddamn. First down, and they're in the red zone. Nice. So the Ravens are in the red zone in the beginning of the second quarter. They're up. What's the score? 6-3? Yeah, wow. That was way more than 60. That's from the 15 all the way to the other 20. Damn. What did he get stopped at? Yeah, he got stopped around the 20. Damn. That was like 75, 80 yards right there. Jesus. Wow, nice play. So yeah, game 2, Rangers Astros tomorrow, game 1 today. And that's that, right? Oh, let's talk about the KSI Tommy Fury fight and everything. So yesterday, where was it? Boxing, right? KSI versus Tommy Fury. So we had an interesting event. Yes. Oh shit. Well, there are the results. Yeah, kind of saw it. Shut up. The results yesterday. Yes. What do I have to think about? What do I have to think about this card? Okay, overall, the card was interesting. It was interesting for the most part. Tommy Fury got the job done. He won the fight by split decision. Or no, not split decision, by majority decision. In the end of 6 rounds, Tommy Fury got the win. Yeah, it was not the greatest event ever. It was not the greatest fight, in my opinion. A hug fest, a lot of people are saying, and to be fair, not a lot of punches being thrown, a lot of love being thrown, man. Forget all the shit talk. I mean, all you would think these motherfuckers were throwing more punches, trying to throw more punches at each other in the press conferences, at the face-off and this and that, the weigh-in, and it was just a fucking clinching festival yesterday, man. What the hell was that? I mean, there was not really much attacking from either or. Defensively, what I mean, that's the biggest defense that there was in the whole game. There was just really nothing going on. Barely were throwing any punches. Tommy was kind of getting a little bit more effective towards the end because I mean KSI, his like fighting style, he just kind of likes to throw punches around when he's actually not just clinching and stuff like that. In the beginning of the fight, it did start promising because KSI was throwing some pretty good ones, and then I mean, and also Tommy Fury was also hitting KSI in the back of the head multiple fucking times. It was like 3 or 4 times he did it. Eventually, the referee caught it once where he got 1 point deducted. It should have been like 2 or 3 points deducted if we counted the amount of fucking times he actually hit him in the back of the head, and they had to stop the round for a couple seconds just to to confirm. Yeah, messy all around. Tommy won the fight, and obviously, respect to Tommy. Congratulations to Tommy. You got the win, right? Man, that was not the most convincing way to win a goddamn fight. As of if you are a fighter, Tommy Fury in his position, he needed to win this fight. He is part of a family that his entire brand, his entire dedication of his life, because of his family, is fighting, is boxing. His brother, his older brother, is one of the greatest heavyweight fighters right now, if not right now, the best heavyweight in the world at the moment, and one of the best ever. So the little bro couldn't lose this fucking fight because Tyson Fury and his fucking father, John Fury, would have completely disowned this motherfucker. Would have completely, they probably would have said the worst things you could possibly say. Probably completely disowned this motherfucker. And you may think I'm lying or being a little dramatic. You really think I am being dramatic if Tommy Fury lost to a YouTuber? You know what I mean? I don't think beating Jake Paul was enough. His job was to take down crossover boxing to end the bullshit, which I'll get to that in a second, by the way. Yeah. Look, for me, I think KSI was a little bit more effective in this one, especially in the first couple rounds. It's at least I think the third round, second and third round went to KSI. Fourth, fifth, I could see Tommy winning late in the later half of the fight because he was trying to get heavy, obviously getting that point deducted. I believe in the third or fourth. I was one of the third or fourth rounds where he got the point deducted. And he was just trying to get quickly, trying to score points. He was trying to, be more effective, and the clinching kind of stopped a little bit. But man, let me just look at the stats here. So the score eventually, I mean, this was one of the scorecards. It went to Tommy Fury by 1. And so even with the point deduction, he still got the win right there by 1. So it would have been by 2 if it didn't get point deducted. Now, one motherfucker had it as a draw. One motherfucker had it as a draw. So the unofficial scorecard just had 2 motherfuckers having the same score, even with the point deducted. And then one motherfucker just said, you know what, this was even as soon as possible. It just didn't look great. So yeah, obviously Tommy gets, as you could see, gets his hand raised. Well, as you can see here, let me just skip it through. They're celebrating, obviously, happiness in the Fury family, but man, that was a close call, man, because I feel like equally, KSI probably could have won that one, but it just, the fans are gonna say he got robbed for sure. Obviously, the KSI fans, including me, I saw it either as a draw. At moments, I'm like, you know what? They might low key give this a fucking draw. I didn't really see much from either, so you know what? Fair thing enough is to give it a draw. But they're not gonna give Tommy a draw to the fucking YouTuber, because at that point, it's like not giving us something in response. It's not like it's not. He's not gonna be able to say, "I beat you, but I didn't lose to you." That's not enough. He needed to beat KSI. KSI was the one that needed to lose this fight because Tommy had all the pressure in the world. So I guess, in the end of the day, it was the better man won, right? I don't, yeah, it is what it is, right? I mean, KSI should still fight. I still think KSI should still fucking fight Jake Paul. And that should definitely be in conversations immediately because now Tommy defeated the both of y'all. Why just get this done over? We don't give a shit about Tommy anymore in this, in this crossover boxing event thing. He could do his own thing now. He doesn't have to fucking fight YouTubers just to prove a point. And by the way, with him saying that since now he defeated Jake Paul and KSI, that he completely ended crossover boxing, that's just bullshit. That's just his ignorance. That's just what he thinks he did. He won the fight, not really convincingly. If he would have fucking dominated, maybe. But honestly, Tommy, you won the fight and you beat both of them, so you know what? Respect to you, but this crossover boxing thing is not gonna just fucking die just because you came in and barely defeated KSI and barely even. I'm not gonna say Jake Paul because in the later rounds you were fucking dominating, but in the beginning Jake Paul low key was kicking his ass. I'm not gonna sit here and say that Tommy dominated throughout the entire fight when he fought Jake. But definitely in the later rounds, I think Tommy definitely deserved it. But in this one, it was not his best. It was not the best showing for either of them. So you could have given it to either or. So I can't really be too mad if you think Tommy won, if KSI got robbed, this and that. I mean, KSI again, man, just. But I mean, I get that he was frustrated. He was visibly, for sure, 100% showing that he was frustrated after the fight. I get it, man. I get it. You feel like he thinks he got robbed. He apparently now he's gonna also like appeal the decision. I don't. To be honest with you, man, I'm a fan of KSI. I fuck with you, man. I watch your videos on this and that, but you're gonna have to take it to the heart, man. You're gonna have to take it to the heart and just accept it and just move on, man. Like even Jake Paul with his immature ass didn't do what you did, like punching the TV screen like after the press conference, kind of showing like a sore loser mentality. You know what I mean? I didn't really fuck with that. I don't hate KSI now. I'm not like, oh fuck you KSI, you're a fucking sore loser. Oh fuck you. No, I don't like you anymore. Like it's not that, but I also didn't really respect that. I also like at least. I mean, I don't know how much he absolutely fucking really must despise this man Tommy Fury because even after he thinks he got robbed, this and that, he didn't show any sportsmanship. They barely the fact that they even touched gloves because the referee forced them to was enough. Like they have, like this fight is not even like done yet. They still fucking hate each other. So this wasn't like any other fight where at the end there's sportsmanship involved or this and that. And yeah, and speaking of the most lack of fucking the absolutely zero sportsmanship was Dylan Danis. I mean, this the fight, he literally. I'm gonna just do it full screen. Can I do it full screen? I'll do it. No, I'll just do it like that. Literally after the fifth round, or actually after the fight was done, the final seconds of the fight, Logan Paul was killing this motherfucker, man. Logan Paul was killing Dylan Danis. Dylan Danis has to be the biggest keyboard warrior of all time. He stepped into the ring, which to a lot of people was like, whoa, he actually fought. That's impressive. Holy shit, he actually came in and fought Logan Paul. Whoa, can't believe it. All that. And this motherfucker barely threw punches. This motherfucker wanted to submit him. He wanted to do like one of those. He was just trying to get him to do MMA in the middle of a fight, talking shit while he wasn't doing shit. I'm kind of disappointed that Logan couldn't fucking knock his ass out or couldn't knock his ass down. But man, if he did, that would have been the fucking cherry on top, man. Because whatever, Logan Paul won the fight easily, easily, because Dillion didn't do nothing. It felt like he didn't want to actually fight Logan. He just kind of wanted to continue to tease him and just have him his own way. Like, I don't know what the hell Dillion was doing, bro. He was doing some dumb shit. I really don't know what the hell he was doing. And of course, They disqualified him. Why? Because Danis says here, Danis jumped for a guillotine and fell to the mat. So he basically did, that guillotine position where you fall on the ground and was challenging him to like do MMA in literally in the middle of the fucking event. And then he was like trying to do like a hammer fist, like trying to get him off guard. And then eventually security had to come in, and then this fucking chaos happened. Yeah, man, Dillion is just a fucking bum. He hasn't fought in 4 fucking years, and I could see why he just ducks people now. And now, I just yeah, bro landed 9 punches. 9 punches. He threw 9 punches in this entire fucking fight. He threw more punches with his own security than he did against Logan Paul. There was literally nothing. He didn't do shit, man. Yeah, this was a mess. I'm not gonna lie. This event was kind of messy. I'm kind of glad I saw this on an illegal website. Yes, I'm admitting it that I did not pay for the pay-per-view to watch this fucking fight. But I don't really do that, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, Logan Paul won, KSI lost. It is what it is, man. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. That was all over the place. It was very sloppy. Let's talk about it. Week 7. Week 7. No, week 6. Excuse me. How the fuck are we already in week 6, man? Jesus, dude. Week 6 already? We're already a quarter of the way of the season? Damn. Fuck. Damn. Shit, just flying. Time is flying, man. As always. Let me talk about the Thursday night football game really quickly. The most boringest fucking game ever. It was a boring ass game in my opinion. Mahomes, they got the job done. The Chiefs win 19-8. Broncos offense, absolute dog water. They scored a garbage time touchdown to make things interesting, and they didn't do shit. There are some concerns though for that. Again, I said it while I was watching the game. The offense for the Chiefs, they look weird, man. They need to put. They're a great team. They're still a very dangerous team. Obviously, don't get me wrong, but they're not looking like the team that just won the Super Bowl. They look like 70% of that team. They don't look like 100. They don't even look like 90% of that team. They barely look like a team that won the Super Bowl. I don't know, man. For me, it's not convincing enough. And it's not the record. The record doesn't fucking matter. The record is still great. And I still think that the Chiefs are a great team, but they got to figure things out on offense, man. A little bit. Mahomes got to play a little bit better. Or maybe I'm just having these high-ass expectations, because it's the Kansas City Chiefs, and we're expecting this team to, outperform everybody every single week, and they can't just score 19 points in one game because then it's an off game for them. So, yeah, I mean, the expectations definitely are one thing, but they still can play better than that, man, especially against the fucking Broncos. Come on now. And, again, the Chiefs, they own the Broncos, so it doesn't even matter. So even with the Chiefs playing like, not great football, they still can take down the poverty-ass Broncos. So there it is. Obviously, the Chiefs win that game. No surprise there. I also picked them to win. All right, but now let's make my week 7. Why the fuck do I keep saying week 7? It literally says week 6. My week 6 prediction. So with this London game going on right now, Ravens at Titans, I got the Ravens win this game. They're up 9-3 right now. Let's see if they can hold on to that lead throughout the whole game. So we'll see. Yeah, I think the Ravens they did not have the best week last week, but they'll hopefully bounce back in this game. So we'll see. Next, we got the Washington Commanders going up against the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons last week struggling. Excuse me. No, not the Falcons. The Commanders struggling last week. To the Bears? To the Bears. Yes, they were struggling to the Washington the Commanders, the Washington Commanders, were struggling to the Chicago Bears. Yes, that's what was going on last week. While the Falcons, they had a pretty close nitty gritty game against the Texans, and they're able to get the result that they wanted. So yeah, it's looking pretty good right now for the Falcons. I mean, Desmond Ritter, he actually performed pretty good. I can't really say much about it. And let me just check this real quick. And to be honest, it didn't really look that much of a mess for that offense. For the defense, excuse me. For the defense, only allowed 19 points, while the offense was still pretty good. Again, they could have done a little bit better, but you know what? Give me the Falcons to win this one. Fuck it. Give me the Falcons. Again, the Commanders. Their defense is such a disappointment this year. They haven't really done much. Give me the Falcons win this game. Next, we got the Minnesota Vikings going up against the Chicago Bears. Man, the Vikings, y'all gotta win this game. I'm sorry. I'm going with the Vikings for sure. But like it's just because y'all going against the Bears, man. But the Vikings, Justin Jefferson is out in this game, but they gotta do something, man. Y'all 1-4. Y'all can't lose to the Bears, dude. Y'all can't lose to the Bears. That would officially end your season if you lose to the Chicago Bears, guys. So please get the job done, Minnesota. Thank you. Next, we got an interesting game here. We got the Seattle Seahawks going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals had a bounce back game against the Cardinals last week. They showed that they're the Bengals, that they might be back. And the Seahawks dominated the Giants 2 weeks ago, but last week they were on their bye week. So it looks good. This is a good matchup on paper right now. I mean, the Seahawks, they've looked impressive for their first 4 games of the season, while the Bengals haven't looked amazing, but it looks like now they have a little bit of momentum back, and they're at home again, and they could definitely put up a good game against Seattle. I feel like a lot of people are more lenient to Seattle because their defense has been great, while the Bengals' offense has been very, very, very low. And until yesterday's game, it didn't even look like Joe Burrow even was playing like Joe, not even Burrow, just Joe. So it's a little bit tough. I mean, I think the Seahawks obviously have more momentum at the moment, domination from that Giants game. But again, it's the Giants. Do I really want to take that as like a higher, like, do I really trust them more than the Bengals at the moment? I don't know. I really don't. You know what? Give me the fucking Bengals. Give me the Zay Flowers touchdown. Let's go. Got some points in fantasy right there. Finally, Zay Flowers getting his first touchdown. Oh my goodness, dude. Yes, man. Jesus. It's about damn time. He got a goddamn touchdown. Shit. Finally, man. Receiving touchdown for Zay Flowers. Yes. Let's go. All right, back to this game. Seahawks, Bengals. Give me the Bengals to win this game. I feel like maybe they might be back, but if they're not back, then they really are in trouble for sure. Next, we got the San Francisco 49ers going up against the Cleveland Browns. That Browns defense is actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie and sit here and say this is going to be a cake fest for the Niners. But I do think it's going to be a cake fest for the 49ers because the 49ers are ridiculously impressive. They're just really fucking good. So yeah, give me the 49ers to beat the Browns. The Browns offensively look good. They look good. But they're not on the Niners level. I would be surprised if the Browns can really make this into a ball game. Same with this one. Panthers going up against the Dolphins. I better see domination, guys. I mean, we're not going to lose to the Panthers, right? Thank you. The Miami Dolphins take care of business against the Panthers, as they should. Yes, Devon Achane is not going to be playing until week 11, but our offense still looks amazing. So, Dolphins, get the win, please. Thank you. Next game, Colts, Jaguars. Honestly, this is a kind of well, I don't know. It's low-key a toss-up game right now. Anthony Richardson is out. I believe he had a shoulder injury or somewhere in the hip, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the field goal was blocked. Oh, it was blocked. Oh shit. Okay. That all right. That happened. Anyways, this game, yeah, the Jaguars getting blocked, getting blocked here. Okay, the Colts and the Jaguars. Okay, usually the Colts usually beat the Jaguars, right? Right? The Colts trying to turn as they ended it against the London Weary. Actually, no, the Jaguars always beat the Colts. Isn't it? Doesn't usually I forgot who owns each other. I feel like I think no, it's the Jaguars. It's the Jaguars, right? Or is it the Colts that always own the? Okay, so it's not complete domination, but it does usually look like the Jaguars gets the best out of them, I guess. You know what? Fuck it. Give me the Jaguars. I mean, look, Jaguars. They're finally back at home after playing 2 games in London, right? The Colts. Gardner Minshew is back at quarterback, but he low-key has been pretty good for them. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that they're out of it completely. Um, Jaguar. They just took down the Bills. Do I just go with the Jaguars because they just beat the Bills and they carry that momentum back home? Yeah, I guess I'll get the Jaguars the edge here. Give me the Jaguars defeating the Colts. I can see the Colts win this one though. Pretty simple though. Next, we got the Saints going up against the Houston Texans. This should be interesting. The Saints defense is pretty good. So the Texans to put up points here, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot. CJ Stroud's probably gonna have another fantastic outing. If he wants to really put pressure on that Saints defense. They have weapons. They have Nico Collins. They have Tank Dell, and their defense is they're all right. So if the Saints can really get stopped offensively, and the Texans can really put up points on the board, and I don't know, maybe that Saints defense kind of just doesn't have the best game, then you know what? Maybe Houston could take the W here. I got the Texans. I've really been picking the Texans these last couple weeks. I really like this team right now. They look good. They look like a decent team. They're not fucking amazing, but right now they're at least like a top 20 team in the league. And saying the Texans are a top 20 team in the league like it's fucking 2019 or whatever, and they made the playoffs. No, like they actually look like a fun team to watch. I like CJ Stroud a lot, so you know what, man? Give me the Texans to win this one. Fuck it. And as much as I say the Texans can win, and I could also see easily the Saints winning it. They might just dominate this one as well. Next, we got the New England Patriots going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. You know, the Raiders, man, they got the job done against the Packers last week, and the Patriots continue to get dismantled back to back weeks. First to the Cowboys, and then last week to who did they get dominated by last week? The Saints. The Saints. They lost. They got 34-0 to the Saints. um, both offenses are kind of weak at the moment. I mean, I prefer the Raiders offense is definitely a lot fucking better, but they haven't been scoring that many points. The Raiders haven't been impressive this season. Devontae Adams is still pretty good. Josh Jacobs is good, but they really haven't done much with their quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, who's just been eh, eh. But Mac Jones has been god fucking awful, so I really don't know what to say here. I mean, do I say the Patriots are gonna have a bounce back game, but with what offense? You can't have a bounce back game if you guys don't even have an offense and a defense that could even really carry y'all, because y'all don't even have a defense. Y'all don't even have. You're not like the Pittsburgh Steelers where their offense is terrible, but at least the defense can carry y'all to a couple wins. That defense is also not amazing. So I guess the Raiders, they edged out the Packers. So they're probably gonna, take full. They're probably gonna take most control in this one. So give me the Raiders being the Patriots. I just don't know what the Patriots got going for them right now. They look terrible. There's not much to say there. Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals going up against the LA Rams. The Rams took a loss last week to the Philadelphia Eagles. No shame in that, but damn. Puka Nacua, Cooper Cup, they're finally back, and they're now a good wide receiver duo in the NFL, and they look like they're going to be doing some damage in this one. Yeah, the Rams, they usually own the Cardinals most of the time. So, yeah, nothing much to say here. The Rams look like a pretty competitive football team. They're going to be at 300, or 300. They're going to go back to 500, and they're going to win their first home game. They still haven't won a home game yet, so give them their edge here. Cooper Cup, I think, is going to have his first touchdown of the season. Maybe Nicole is also going to have a touchdown. Maybe they both have one. We'll see. Um, the Cardinals, they might stay competitive and actually make it into a competition, but I'm still going to stick with the Rams to win it. Next, we got the Philadelphia Eagles going against the New York Giants. Give me the Eagles win this game because the Jets have never, ever, ever in the history of football, the Eagles have lost to the Jets. They have not lost to the Jets ever. And I don't think that that's going to happen this year. This should have been a good game. If Aaron Rodgers played in this game, I would have definitely had my doubts. But Zach Wilson is that quarterback. Maybe can have another game that he had a couple weeks ago against the Chiefs. Maybe the defense is not playing amazing, even though Jane Carter has looked fucking amazing. And the O-line has looked phenomenal as well, because we probably have the best O-line in the whole NFL. And our front seven is not that bad. But the Eagles are still going to take control. They're going to take control. I want this team to stay undefeated as long as possible. Against that 49ers game that we go up against them in December, both teams better be doing their job. So hopefully at that time, it's good enough for them. So give me the Eagles beating the Jets. The Jets, have fun, guys. Have fucking fun. Next, we got the Detroit Lions going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This should be an interesting game. Both teams, low-key, are top 10 teams in the NFL. Well, the Lions are definitely a top team in the NFL. The Buccaneers are definitely around that vicinity right now. They had a bye week last week. They're coming off, rest, and they're playing their third home game of the season. So, and the Lions, they're 2-0 away, and the Lions could definitely do some damage here. I think the Lions they're the favorites. Obviously, they have a 55% chance of winning this game, but low-key, man, that Buccaneers defense, they're pretty good. You know what? I really had my doubts on that defense this year. I really thought they were not going to be good at all. The Buccaneers have been a little bit surprising. You know what? I could say, you know what, man? Give me the Buccaneers. I think that's probably going to be like the upset of the week. I think the Buccaneers might take down the Lions. I think their offense is still very well kept. Jared Goff has played good. His stats have been good. The Lions have played great. Will they match well defensively against the Buccaneers? Probably not. They have some great guys on defense. Aiden Hutchinson, he's a fucking dog, but I don't know, man. And doesn't Jared Goff doesn't really play good on the road? Like he's amazing at home, but like on the road he's kind of That might just continue. I don't know. I have a feeling maybe Buccaneers might take this one. Fuck it. Give me the Buccaneers giving this one. And then finally we got Sunday Night Football, the New York Giants versus the Buffalo Bills. Do you really expect me to pick the Giants? The Bills will bounce back after losing to the Jaguars last week in London. They're at home on prime time. If the Giants somehow win this game, if the Bills lose this fucking game, the Bills are the biggest bozos of the whole entire week. I'm just going to say it there. They're the biggest bozos, the biggest bums, the biggest idiots of the week. Don't lose to the Giants. Simple as that. Shouldn't be hard, though. Shouldn't be hard. So, yeah, the Bills should get the job done. Thank you. Let's talk about the Monday Night Football game, too, so I don't, Monday Night Football tomorrow night, Cowboys at Chargers. This should be interesting. The Chargers are favored right now, but low key, I got Dallas bouncing back. I got the Cowboys bouncing back. They got fucking owned by the Niners, but that's because that's their father right there. So you got to respect your father, right? But The Chargers, I'm not too fond on them either. Again, Justin Herbert, their offense, they could do so well, and then they just can't get the results that they want. The defense is good, but their head coach is a bum. I just there's not much to go here with the Chargers. It's really either or. I just don't know. Every week it's something different with the Chargers. They play great, and then they have this, then they hold on to this lead, and then they play terrible with the next. It's just not consistent. While the Cowboys, they're gonna have their terrible games, and they're gonna have some really good games, and then obviously in the playoffs they just fail ultimately. But they're gonna have a bounce back game. I think the Cowboys probably gonna take cover in this one. So give me the Cowboys beating the Chargers. So for my week seven, oh my god, for my week 6 picks, let me just go over them again. So I have the Ravens beating the Titans. I have the Falcons beating the Commanders. I have the Vikings beating the Bears. The Bengals beating the Seahawks. The 49ers over the Browns. The Dolphins over the Panthers. The Jaguars over the Colts. The Texans over the Saints. The Raiders over the Patriots. The Buccaneers over the Lions. The Rams over the Cardinals. The Eagles over the Jets. The Bills over the Giants. And the Cowboys over the Chargers. So those are my week 6 predictions. So yeah, that is that. Wow, I've been recording for already an hour and I still haven't talked about music. Holy shit. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a couple of album reviews that I want to get to. Albums that I've heard at least a good amount of times to review, because there's still some albums that I've only heard a couple. So let me just play the ones. Oh yeah, I gotta talk about that Will Smith and Jada. Oh, well, I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but yeah, Will Smith, man, poor fucking guy, dude. This dude is just getting trashed on by his former fucking wife, man. Like, damn, man, it's Jada Smith is some evil ass bitch, man. I'm sorry to say it like that, but Jesus, dude, she is not a good fucking person, man. She's a villain in this whole thing. Like, she really just putting out their entire business. Like, can you imagine being her husband for so long, and then she comes out and says all this shit? First it was the entanglement thing years ago, and then now she's talking about some Tupac was her soulmate, but they didn't have chemistry, or they didn't have any chemistry. Oh, we've been separated for 7 years. The slap was for no reason, because they weren't even together at the time, and she was surprised that he even referred to her as her wife. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I there's just so much to uncover, but guess what? This is none of our fucking business. Why are you putting this out there? I don't care. The fans really don't care. Poor fucking Will Smith, man. God damn. He really did. The slap thing got whatever. We're over that shit. I don't give a shit about the slap thing anymore. Like, that's irrelevant at this point. Like, who cares? My goodness, man. You're just putting this man down for no fucking reason. What did this man do to you? What did he do to you? You're not giving us you're just giving us a reason to hate you more, instead of giving us a reason why we should put Will Smith down or cancel him or this and that. Like, what are we doing? What are you doing? What are we doing? Why am I putting myself into this? What are you doing? Yeah, man, these fucking women are insane. Insano. They really are insano. Smooth transition. Kid Cudi, Insano, coming out in January. 40 songs? We're going to be having 40 songs with the deluxe in January? My goodness, Kid Cudi, you better not drop 40 fucking songs. Hello? No, we don't want 40 songs. We don't need 40 songs from you, dude. So please don't do this to us, please. Don't do this to us, please. All right. Yeah, but I'm still expecting Insano to be sick when it comes out in January of 2024. Who also is dropping, Kali Uchis is dropping her new Spanish album in 2024, January 12th, I believe. January 12th. So yeah, the cover's out, the vinyl's already on pre-order and this and that. She looks hot in it. And the album is coming out in January, so super excited. So Kid Cudi, Kali Uchis in January of 2024. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So we're gonna be feasting. We're gonna be feasting when those two albums come out next year to start the year off. Um, what else is there to talk about? Utopia tour. It just officially started last week in Charlotte, and it looks insane, man. I did not get the chance to see Drake on tour, but Travis is coming to tour on November in Miami. I have to see him. I cannot miss it. He has two shows, one on Monday night, which is ill, and then one on Wednesday. I would prefer to go the Wednesday one. I think it's November 29th, I believe. November 29th. So almost a month and 2 weeks from now, he's coming. So like, oh man, I'm praying. I'm saving up. I'm saving money now to at least get good enough seats to see fucking Travis Scott, man. I'm praying. I'm praying. And you know what? The ticket prices aren't terrible either. Like right now, the prices they look reasonable. Like I've checked a couple times, and they don't look that bad. I mean, I'm looking at the 400 sections just in case. You never know. 60, 48, 59, 66, 115. Oh, but that's in the 300 sections. Okay. If I want to go around the 100 sections, let's say like facing in front of the stage, not even 270, like 260, 272, 272, 272. 117 is almost 400. Like they're not crazy expensive. In the 400 seats at the Drake concert was 500 fucking dollars. The price itself was more than the section number. Like, no, man, that's ridiculous. So at least I have a better chance at seeing Travis than I would have ever had to see Drake. So, and the tickets aren't going to sell out pretty much like soon. There's still a good amount of tickets available, and they're probably going to be available till the day of the concert, but and those are probably like mostly like resellers that are going to, do their thing, but I think I have a good chance at getting tickets. So I'm hoping. I just don't know who I would go with. Right now I'm like riding solo for this. I have no idea who the fuck I'm even going with the concert with if I do end up going. My mom. I really don't know. I gotta ask somebody. I gotta let somebody know. I really don't know. But yeah, fuck it. I gotta go see Travis. And if I do, I'm definitely gonna talk about it on the podcast. Cause holy shit, that's gonna be, another great. Like I've been to only a handful of concerts after that J. Cole concert, but that J. Cole concert has taken, and that's still the best concert I've been to. So, and it's been already 2 years. So, you know, I need a Travis Scott concert. I know that's probably gonna be the best fucking shit I've ever seen in my entire life. I'll be honest with you. So, yeah, I gotta watch them. Speaking of the Travis Scott tour, Utopia tour, the Circus Maximus tour, the headliner is Teezo Touchdown, and Teezo Touchdown is obviously performing Modern Jam and other of his new songs of his album. But let's talk about his album. How Do You Sleep at Night? So yeah, I've heard this album a handful of times already. So a little bit more than a handful of times, like 5-6 times already. And this album is pretty good, man. I didn't have high expectations on this album because again, Teezo is like a new artist. I don't really listen to his music like that. The Modern Jam feature kind of really put me on. Like I've heard of Teezo before Modern Jam came out. He was on the Tyler Creator. He was on Run It Up, on the Call Me If You Get Lost track. He was on Love Sick on the song. What was it called? I forgot. I don't even like the song with Teezo in it. Luckily something. Luckily I have this or whatever. But then he dropped his debut album just like a month after the Utopia feature on Modern Jam, and obviously then he's now on For All the Dogs, But this album came out before For All the Dogs feature came out, so it came out literally in September 8th. So it's already been a month and a week since this album came out, and I've been bumping it, man. I've been bumping it. It's been pretty good. I mean, 14 songs, 39 minutes long. It's a pretty good album, man. I've been fucking with it. My favorite songs are probably You Thought with Janelle Monáe, Sweet with Fauci. I think how you say it. Mood Swings is like a funky song, sounds pretty good. Too Easy's like a banger, but the second half of the song where it kind of slows down a bit and he kind of does like harmonies in this sounds a lot like Drake a little. Well, not like a Drake kind of like flow, this and that, but it sounds pretty good. Stranger's a really good one. The original was better. Neighborhood was a pretty good song. Like this track list is consistent. I think I only have like two skips. I think it's I Don't Think You See Me and Daddy Mama Drama. I think those are the only two songs I'm like skipping. I think every other song here is I've been bumping. Like, yeah, familiarity, good storytelling track. It's pretty impressive there. Okay, the intro track is also pretty good. Yeah, this album out of 10, like I fuck with it, man. This is like an 8.5, 7.9 or some shit. This is a pretty impressive album. I really enjoyed this. For first listen, I kind of wish I did a album reaction to it. I didn't do it, obviously, so I missed out on the chance to do that. But don't worry, maybe for the next album I'll do it for Teezo on the second album, but whenever the fuck that comes out. But debut album, been bumping it, pretty good. I recommend you to check it out. Teezo Touchdown. How Do You Sleep at Night? So that's been one album I've been bumping a lot too. Another album I've been bumping a lot too. Let's talk about Olivia Rodrigo. Let's talk about it because it's been overdue already. It's been a month. It's already been a month since the album came out. I gotta talk about it. Guts. Jesus. This album. Man, 12 songs, 39 minutes long. And this album is fucking it just hits. It's I did an album reaction to the album. So I reacted to Guts. It's on my YouTube channel, the Versalility, the Versalility podcast. So go check that shit out. So yeah, you want to watch the reaction? I got you. Man, really, oh, really good album, man. Start to finish, from All American Bitch to the intro, all the way to Teenage Dream to the outro. Man, really good. She just doesn't miss. She just doesn't miss, man. She really did her thing once again, man. The thing that I'm having a tough time, like when like me comparing this album to Sour, I kind of just don't know what I like from this album more than I like from Sour. I don't know if I like the bangers off of this one more than I like the bangers off of Sour, or if it's the ballads that I appreciate more. But either or, Sour and Guts kind of feel like a similar album. Guts was, Sour was one of my favorite albums of 2021. It was literally just in my rotation for just it carried on to next year, last year, 2022, and it stayed in my rotation for a lot. And it always came back after a couple weeks that I didn't listen to it, but then it would came back, and man, that album just was a good experience because man, that was like my summertime album. That album and Call Me If You Get Lost for the summer of 2021. My goodness, those were my two albums that I was just listening to like a fucking lunatic. And obviously now I have both vinyls there, just resting with me right now. But back to Guts. All American Bitch, the intro, heavy, heavy banger. It's like a half ballad, half banger. Man, rock song. She killed it. Bad Idea, right? That was the second single. Another great single. Vampire, the lead single, which was really good. I fuck with it. Now, after the album comes out, Vampire is now kind of my least favorite song. Is one of my least favorite songs off the album, but still a very good song. I'm still bumping it. Lacey, very underrated song. I don't really just see people talking about Lacey. Good track. Good ballad. Ballad of a Homeschool Girl. Banger, banger, banger. The definition of a fucking banger. Absolute fucking cooked with that one. Banger. It's on my repeat, and it's been on my repeat for a month and a week, or a month, because I did hear this album like almost a week late. So yeah, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I wasted my time. I should have got into it as soon as it came out, but still worth the listen. Still worth the listen. Still worth the wait for this one. Making the Bed, another underrated one, pretty good. Logical, really good. Get Him Back. Fuck with this one a lot too, man. Another banger. Love Is Embarrassing. I love this one too. It's like a softer cut, but it's also like a half ballad. Well, same with Pretty Isn't Pretty. Like a summer. It's kind of like the Deja Vu kind of song on it. I feel like it's not a single on the album, but pretty underrated as well. The Grudge, a lot of the people been fucking with this one. I like that one. And Teenage Dream, another great song. Now, I heard that on the vinyl, the four songs that were gonna be on the deluxe are on it, or there's like at least one song on one of the vinyls. There's one song called "Obsessed" that's on the vinyl. That's not on the track list on the album. It's not on streaming platforms at the moment, at least until she releases the deluxe. She needs to release the deluxe, please. I need it now. I can't. I need. Do I have to get the vinyl to listen to the songs? Probably, but I'll wait my turn for it. But I did hear it on TikTok. I heard the full song on TikTok, and that's another banger that I'm just not listening to that much because it's only on TikTok that I can hear it at the moment, unless I get the fucking vinyl for it. But she needs to stop playing and drop the fucking deluxe. We need 4 new songs, or at least 3, because I already heard Obsessed, but still, so I can have it in my rotation even more. But the other 3 songs, the Scared of, like, there's like a guitar song titled. Yeah, there's a couple other songs that still we need to listen to for this album. But it's okay. We can enjoy these 12 songs together, and then from time to time, I'll go back to Obsessed and listen to that. I probably could just find it on SoundCloud. What am I even doing? Or YouTube. I could just probably find it there. But Guts by Olivia Rodrigo, like an 8.5 out of 10. Great album. A good follow up to Sour. If you're asking me, do I prefer this album, or do I prefer Guts, or do I prefer Sour? I can't answer that question because, first of all, I think it's a little too early because Sour did give me a good amount of time for me to experience, while not enough time has passed yet with Guts. But both are doing its job. Both have been doing the same thing that it's done. So, you know what I mean? It's been giving. I'm sorry. Sorry to be corny, sorry to be cringy, but it really has been doing its fucking thing. So I can't lie. I can't lie. All right, and let me talk about the last album, because there's other albums I want to talk about, but this is the last one I want to talk about. Doja Cat. Scarlet. Rap album. Yes, rap album. Doja Cat, 17 songs, 57 minutes, 2 seconds. Again, one of my most anticipated albums of the year. We got Paint the Town Red, that's #1 for multiple weeks throughout the year. And it was the first #1 rap song to go #1 this year, of course, and so far the only one. So that was the intro of the album. Start the album with a banger. I like it. It's a pretty groovy track. The beat's good. Very, catchy, this and that. Then we get to the third single with Demons. Not a great song, not really crazy on it. The beat is good. Not a fan of the whole progression of the rest of the song, though. Wet Vagina, track #3. Yes, you heard that right. It's an interesting song. The beat is hard, but the song itself, not crazy on it. I heard the snippet of it like months ago, but then I was kind of let down. The song's all right, though. Not gonna lie. Fuck the Girls, kind of a softer song, but aggressive at the same time. Fuck the girls. Fuck the girls. It's like, okay. That one's all right. Ouchies is like a dance kind of song, but like it's on like one of those songs you want to like do like a dance fight or some shit, like a dance competition, like some step up shit. So like Ouchies is pretty cool. It sounds like a video game song too. Like the beat sounds like it could be like, you can listen to the song like where you're playing like fucking 2K or some shit. I don't know. It feels like a 2K soundtrack or like a dance fight theme song, something like that. It sounds pretty. It sounds pretty good though. 97 is a pretty underrated one. Like the beat on that one, like the production on that one. Gun, one of the catchiest songs on the entire album, and here's a new position from the front. It's a good song. I fuck with that one as well. Go Off. It's cool. I like Go Off. It's all right. I don't think I'm not crazy on Go Off, but it's cool. Shut your goofy ass up. Oh my goodness. One of the catchiest songs in my opinion on the album. One of the probably my second or third favorite song on the album. Oh, it's one of those like songs that just gets stuck in your head, man. And it's the hook. It's the hook that's really captivating. It's incredible. And the production I really like, super soft, but it's pretty good. Agora Hills, the 4th single of the album. Oh my goodness, this song is absolutely a banger. Man, this is probably the best song on the entire album. I low key, man. Man, this song just hits. The song just does its job. This is one of my favorite songs of the year. Agora Hills, low key is up there. And something she did very interesting with that Valley girl accent and like in the first verse and stuff, which caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie when I first heard the song, but it kind of grew on me a bit. And I mean, I liked the rest of the song, so it wasn't really gonna take me off of it. But great song. Gotta listen. If you have not heard this song, go check it out. So yeah, can't wait. Oh, I love this one. I love this one. Can't wait. It's another great song. Often, not crazy on often, but I still fuck with it. It's still right. Love Life is like a love letter to the fans, kind of like a song dedicated to the fans. So I appreciate that, and I feel like that was needed because that was definitely a big controversy before this album came out with the whole, oh, she hates her fucking fans. Why do you even support her? This and that, and it also kind of didn't really help much with the album not really doing successfully well. Like this album didn't even go number one, mind you. Doja Cat is like the one of the top 10 biggest artists in Spotify. She's like the third or the second most streamed rapper behind Travis Scott and Drake, I believe, and she still couldn't sell more than like 100K. Utopian for all the dogs, they sold fucking 400K plus, and then Doja couldn't even do 100K, and then obviously the controversy and this and that didn't really help much. But in the end of the day, I mean, she still got a number one song, and like, it was kind of weird. Like Drake and Travis got the number one albums, and they got the fucking 400K plus, sales and this and that first week, and their albums are still being, talked about and this and that. While Paint the Town Red is the first and only rap album, a rap song to go number one, but the album didn't. It's weird how this album couldn't go number one, but one song off the album went number one. It's easier to get a number one album than to get a number one song. You know what I mean? So the fact that Doja Cat had a harder challenge to get, but she didn't get the easier challenge done, it's kind of weird. I really don't know how this album didn't even go number one at some point for at least a week. But that. But at least the album's still good. Fuck the sales, fuck the numbers at this point, whatever. Skull and Bones, another great song. Attention was the lead single. Good song. I fuck with that one. Balut, just her rapping on some like old school type of production, really good. And then what do you mean freestyle? Just a heavy trap based 808 beat. Fuck this beat. Fuck this beat. She was just fucking around on that song. It was alright though. Nothing amazing on that one though. But we got Scarlet, man. That was Scarlet's 17 tracks, and I mean, the only skips in my opinion on this album is Often and probably and Demons and Wet Vagina probably. Actually, no, Wet Vagina has a really good beat. That's why I've been bumping Wet Vagina just because of the beat. So I guess like, but it's not really that. It's not really a good song though. But the beat's awesome though. I guess I'll take it. I'll take it as not a skip. So I'm really skipping Demons and Often. Every other song though I've been going back to. Um, yeah, it's a consistent track list. Do I think it's her best album? Again, probably not. Planet Her. Oh, how could I forget about fucking Planet Her? With Sour, with Call Me If You Get Lost, there was Planet Her in the mix as well for that summer of 2021 when I was in Colombia. Throughout the whole entire summer, not just the Colombia trip, but those three albums, oh my God, were just heavy on my rotation. Heavy on my rotation. And wait, it didn't call, and I think Call Me If You Get Lost and Planet Her came out the same day. I think it came out in June 20 something. Yeah, it came out June 25th, 2021. So that was just like a week before. Or no, it came out when I was in Colombia. No, it came out. I was already in Colombia when both albums came out. I went there like mid June or like late June, and then I was there to like mid July. So yeah, no, I was there for damn, I was there for like almost a fucking month. I forgot that I was there for almost a month for the summer. But yeah, Planet Her, ooh man, that was also another phenomenal album. I think Planet Her was a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, I like the approach that Doja did on Scarlet. There were some songs where I felt like, okay, like we didn't really need Demons. we didn't need, and often was a cool song, but not really needed too much on the track list. And even what do you mean freestyle? Like I like the beat and everything, but that one really wasn't necessary much even too. There's some good songs here, and I do like the album for the most part. But I'm thinking, man, I really did have a good experience with Planet Her, and like that album was even the deluxe, was good too. Like, yeah, I mean, right now I'm probably not. I'm definitely not saying Scarlet is her best album at the moment. It might grow on, it might not grow on me because I'm still bumping it, obviously. But will I ever think it's her best album? Probably not, man. I think, man, like I could see Guts being better than Sour with time, with time going through and everything, but creating memories with it, I feel like I could do that with Guts. But with Scarlet, will I ever think that's her best album up to date after Planet Her, even after Hot Pink? You know what I mean? Even Hot Pink was really good. So I don't know, but I mean, I've been bumping it though. I'm still been enjoying the album. So yeah, Teezo Touchdown. How do you sleep at night? I gave it like a 7.9 out of 10, 8.5, 8.5, 8 out of 10. 8.5 with Guts, 8.5 out of with Guts. Jesus Christ. And then Scarlet, probably like a. Do I like this? Do I like the Teezo or the Doja Cat album better? I low key like they're both kind of even. They both have, or actually no, Doja has more songs, but there's both two skips on each album. There's only two songs that I don't listen to on each album. So like, what do I give it? I guess I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll give it a 7.9 to Doja as well. Yeah, 7.9 for Teezo, 7.9 for Doja, and 8.5, 8.5 for Olivia Rodrigo. Those are my ratings out of 10. After a handful of listens. Um, Let me. You know what? Do I just do it now, or do I just do it? You know what? I was gonna. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give it another chance. I'm gonna give it another chance. I was gonna right now, just was gonna review the For All the Dogs Drake album, but I'm gonna give that album one more re-listen, one more entire re-listen, because I have skipped a bunch of songs, and I have to go back to those songs and re-listen to the entire thing again, even to the parts I don't like. I have to dissect certain parts again so I can really give true. Like I've been bumping the album, but I have not skipped. Excuse me, I have skipped a good amount of songs, and it feels like I've skipped half of the album by the time I finish up the songs that I've had on my rotation, and that's not good. Even with me playing 12, 13 songs, there's still 10 songs that I'm skipping. And that's fucking terrible. So I have to really give myself another listen so I can really give you guys my honest opinion. I mean, I can give it to you right now, but let me give one more re-listen, and then I'll give it to y'all. I think I've re-listened to the entire album only twice. While the other times I've just listened to like the songs that I like off the album multiple times, you know. But the songs I don't like from first listen or from second listen, I have to give it a third listen. So then those after those third listens of the skips, then I'll give you my review, which will be what on Tuesday. And I mean, I also have to do reviews of other albums too. Trippie Redd's album, who else? Georgia Smith's new album, Earl Sweatshirts, and also all the albums. Like, oh my god! And I have to do Ken Carson, West Side Gun. Holy shit, guys! I have to do a lot of. I haven't heard the Ken Carson album, the West Side Gun, the Bad Bunny album, the Offset album. I'm gonna do a bunch of re-listens today, and then I'm also listening to some of the new albums that came out a couple days ago because I haven't. I mean, it's been Sunday and I haven't heard a single song off of either of those albums. So yeah, um, so that is that. I'll see you. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys watching for today's episode. That is that. Week 7 college football recap. Week 6 NFL predictions. Um, KSI versus Tommy Fury, Logan Paul, Dylan Danis. That was kind of a disaster. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. My goodness, what is going on with them? No, sorry, what is going on with her specifically? 40 songs, Kid Cudi. You're going out of relax, buddy. And then, of course, reviewing Olivia Rodrigo's new album, Teezo Touchdown's new album, and Doja Cat's new album. More album reviews are coming. More football content is coming. More reaction videos are coming. This and that. So, obviously, guys, be ready. More content coming soon on the podcast. More content coming soon on my YouTube channel. So, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Versatility Podcast. The cover of the podcast, or like the logo of the channel, it's just like a blue. It's just blue, like design. It's like a design that I just found off the Anchor app, and as the wallpaper, the logo, I guess, of the podcast. So yeah, go check out my YouTube channel. Go check out all the videos there. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. See you guys in a bit. Take care and peace out, my friends.